A car travels 50 meters in 20 seconds. What is its speed? Step one, you have to be able to identify details, right? So the detail is it going to be a car? Do we care about this?
Yeah.
No, we don't care about a car. It could be a pigeon. Okay. It could be whatever. We don't really care. This is not the key detail. It's a detail, but it's not something that we can use to get to that answer, right? The key details here is 50 M and 20 S. What is M? Meters. And what's S? Perfect. That's what we need. So our detail in box number 1 is going to be 50 meters and it's going to be 20 seconds. Hey. Okay, hold on one second. So 50 meters and 20 seconds. What are we trying to find? What is not given?
The speed.
Okay, how do you know that? How do you know the speed is not given? Keyword is it asks you for it, right? Usually you will always know what's not given because what's not given is in question form, right? It's always going to be in question form. So you know exactly what to isolate for because they tell you what is it. So isolation, I'm going to write down isolation. I am looking for speed. That's what I'm looking for. So speed equals question mark. I don't know what it is. Step 1 and step 2 are connected to each other. When you get to step 3, it should connect to step 2. So here's a mistake I already caught on to. So you guys are lucky because you get to see all the mistakes come out here. And I get to show you what I already saw. So here's a mistake I saw here. Some people were saying, ooh, I have to find speed, so let me do distance equals. Does that make sense? No. It's not going to be distance equals because your isolation, whatever you're isolating for, should equal the equation you put in the next step. So just be careful because I saw some people making this mistake, and then when they get to here, this whole thing is wrong. So be careful. If you're looking for speed or distance or time, here, speed equals, time equals, distance equals, should match the equation that you're putting here. So speed equals distance over time, because that's what the question asks you to find anyway. And second of all, please read the question, because I have people coming to me and saying, I don't know what I'm supposed to find. Read the question, it tells you. It's the biggest hint. Once you get here, your step 4 will be your longest step because that's you showing how you're going to get speed. So step 4 becomes, okay, I know my equation. S equals D over T. Now, I'm going to take my detail. I'm going to take what I have in my detail and replace it with what's in my equation. So distance is 50, which is here, M. And time is 20s. I don't have speed. I'm looking for it. Now, in math, you have learned this. You have the numerator and denominator. Both have similar zeros there. What could you do to those zeros? You can cancel them out. You've learned that technique to make your life easier. Use it. So the 0 here and 0 here can go away. Here's a mistake I have seen already. If you are putting numbers like this versus this, make sure the amount of 0 in the denominator that you're canceling out matches the number of 0 in the numerator that you're canceling out. So do not do this and then cancel this because there's no 3 zeros down here. It's only 1. So you can only cancel as many in the denominator as in the numerator. Please be careful with that because I already caught that mistake today as well. So since there's 1 0 in the numerator and 1 in the denominator, only those two cancel out. So now my problem has been simplified to 5 over 2. So far we're understanding? Any questions? Okay. So now I don't want to just give the answer because like I said, your steps are important. So even if it says 5 divided by 2, divide it. I want you to actually divide it because that's a skill you don't want to lose either. Being able to divide without using a calculator is something you spend a whole entire year at some point in such learning, so make sure you do that. So 2 divided by 5. 2 can go into 5 how many times? Just twice. So 2 times 2 is what? 4. Now 5 minus 4 gives me 1, and here's how we get that decimal point. Because we're moving it a new place value over, that's where that 0 comes in play. Okay? Now you have 2 can go into 10 how many times? 5 times. Because 5 times 2 is 10. So speed, I'm going to write it out, equals 2.5 meters per second. That unit is important because that same unit is what gave you that detail. So make sure to see how you have the units here and here, you should have the unit here too to match it out. So speed equals 2.5 meters per second. Box 1 connects to box 2, box 2 connects to box 3, box 3 connects to box 4, and it goes into that cycle. Does that make sense? Thank you for recording.